Memo goes out. Email. Everybody got it but Froggy. You're probably the biggest culprit of this deal.
I've actually been a victim of this.
Yeah, this came from Travis Daly. Travis is our operations manager. We got a serious problem here. The cops keep showing up. The St. Petersburg police keep showing up at the building. Why? Because Nimrods don't know how to use a phone, and they keep dialing 911 when they're trying to dial a long-distance call. Here's the deal. I got a whole memo here. And apparently, the St. Petersburg police now, they have Travis's cell number, so they call Travis's cell number first before they dispatch, like, all these units to a complex with what? How many radio stations do we have? Like 6?
6.
So you got 6 big radio stations in here, and who knows? I mean, you have wackos out there. So now they're getting so many 911 false calls from our office that they're calling Travis's cell phone. Yeah, is everything okay there before we send the whole police department to Beasley?
You know what's funny is I have seen cop cars here. I'll look down and say,
Yeah.
"Oh, why are they here?
Yeah.
Who's in trouble?"
MJ, do
Because,
you remember back when I used to do the crank calls and I'd come in early and a cop showed up in the studio, walked in, knocked on my studio window because I hit 9 to get out.
Yep.
And the area code was like 1 something, like 35, and I accidentally hit one.
No, hold on. No area code starts with a 1.
No,
He means one long distance.
Long distance. I was crank calling people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
So I hit 9 to get out.
Yep.
And then I hit 1, but I would accidentally hit 1 twice because
Yeah.
remember the pad would go beep, beep.
Yeah.
And they showed up.
Yeah. So sometimes you'd push 1, or sometimes on that old phone system, you'd push it, and it would like double. It would go boop, boop. You're right.
And then I hung up, and they showed up.
Guess
That's
what?
the identical problem.
That's what's happening here.
And I think people just don't know how to use rotary phones anymore.
But we don't have rotary.
Well, whatever these are called.
They're double punching.
Landlines.
This is not a rotary phone.
Landlines. What's it? It was a circle
Yeah,
thing.
rotary phone was when you do your finger in a circle. These are
In a rotation.
These are touch tones.
Well, touch tones, but landlines.
What's happening? And Froggy, that's it. To get an outside line, and I'm telling you, it's the sales weasels. It's the sales department. They don't know how to use phones. All right.
Have you sat through those sales meetings? I would call 911 if I had to sit through some of those meetings.
Please.
I'm going to get this meeting over with right now.
So what's going on is, I guess the sales folks, they're trying to make long-distance calls. You got to hit 9 for an outside line, and then 1 to dial long distance. So let's say you're calling New York. 1 and then 212. And then some of them are hitting the 1 twice. So you hit 9 to get out, and then that should, but somehow they're getting another.
It's inadvertent.
Yeah.
This antiquated phone system, sometimes the 1 is a double punch.
Well, or the 9. I don't think that's what it is. I think that they're hitting 9 to get out, and then they get a line, but they don't think they have the line. They hit 9 again, then 1 for long distance, and then somehow another 1 gets pushed, and they're dialing 911. And of course, if you call 911 and you hang up, they dispatch.
Yep.
Because a lot of times, people that are in distress, let's say there's a domestic situation and people are trying to call 911. Let's say, some horrific guy is beating the crap out of a woman.
Put down that phone right now. And she's like, I'm calling 911.
And she hits 911, and then he rips the phone out of the wall.
I love you.
But it connected, exactly. They will dispatch. 911 hang-ups get dispatched.
Right.
Because a lot of times there's a problem, and the cops will stumble upon the problem with a 911 hang-up. A lot of times it's kids that are just playing with the phone. But, there are not a lot of 911 I should say there's not as many landline phones in houses anymore.
There's no phones around to do it.
But you also have a lot of cell phone 911 hang-ups as well. But we got a problem. The cops keep coming. Apparently, the cops were showing up like 5-6 times a week here.
What's going to happen when we have a real incident?
Exactly. They're not going to
Crying
come.
wolf.
So that's what Travis has to do. They call Travis. He has to stop whatever highfalutin executive business he's doing.
Yeah.
He has to walk the building to make sure there's not a real emergency.
Yes, Froggy's getting stabbed right now. Okay, I will call the cops about that.